What's going on, my stock market bulls and bears? I'm your host, Terry, and welcome to my channel. Buy the dip. That is right, guys. In today's video, we are back talking about the most electrifying stock on the stock market. That is right, we're talking about that SPAC, CCIV. Let's go. I am super hyped up, guys, and today we're going to cover a little bit of great news of leading up to more speculative information about this possibly happening. So we're going to get into that first. We're going to look over this here. Someone posted this on the Wall Street Bets. Pretty good information about the Saudis' little event coming up. The Saudi Arabia Fund has an event coming up. We're going to read that. And then we're going to get in here and talk about Jim Cramer and how he has also gave it a go on this. So guys, hope you all are ready for today's video. If you are, hit that thumbs up and join the thumbs up nation. And guys, we're going to see, did I buy more of CCIV today? And we will take a look at my portfolio on CCIV and see where I'm at with it right now. So guys, let's get to the video, baby. Let's go. Wow. All right, guys, and here we are. This was a post on the Wall Street Bets under the SPACs by my SPAC face. He posted this about an hour ago. Could CCIV announced next week be ahead of the FII, aka Davos and the Desert? And this is under speculation, but there is a lot of information here, guys. Let's kind of cover this real quick. So he just learned that next week is the Future Investment Initiative, which is Saudi Arabia's giant annual tech innovation conference. This is commonly referred to as the Davos and the Desert. There's a link down below, futureinvestmentinitiative.com. I was curious to see there's something that Lucid attended to in the past, given the large financial stake the Arabs have. And sure enough, they do. Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson spoke at both the 2018 and the 2019. Next week is the delayed 2020, which will be conducted both in Radahi and online due to the pandemic. He cannot believe people are speculating about it this much. That would not be perfect. Time for Lucid to announce it's going public. So this is a really great article, guys, and we're going to just finish this up here and make this a little bigger. But the Saudis would surely love this. As we know, the Saudis never lose, man. So the media right now for this attention to the event is huge. It's free advertising and it's prestige. Furthermore, Klein last week said that lets the companies announce the merger news as it's paraphrasing. Their day, not his. Should we expect this news from Lucid, not Klein? Wait, what a better way for both Lucid and Saudi Arabia. And obviously he says here he marked this post speculation, but strategically and politically it would make a lot of sense to announce the CCIV Lucid Motors merger next Monday or Tuesday, and then host a coming out party for the MBS and the Saudis to gloat what is literally their biggest business event of the year. And on Wednesday or Thursday, I should add, the Saudi Arabia government Twitter accounts have made several Lucid posts in the last week. Now, that is some great due diligence. I love it, man. I must say, the people on Twitter, the people on StockTwits, and the people on Reddit, I love you guys' due diligence, man. You guys are the ones out there putting in that work, and I love it. I love that you guys are putting in the work, and we can bring it out here so more people can believe this is going to happen. So, guys, let's get in here now and talk about what Mr. Jim Cramer said on his lightning round, and then the very next day on a show on CNBC. This is pretty exciting.
In New York, Ashwin.
Hey, Booyah, Jimmy Chill, how are you?
Booyah, I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Just want to say thanks for all the awesome picks you made. My family and I have been watching the show for over 10 years. So
10 years.
For that.
Thank you. 10 years.
Recently, a Bloomberg and Reuters report came out saying that Lucid Motors is in talks to go public with Michael Klein's SPAC, ticker symbol CCIV.
Yes.
My question is, regardless if this SPAC deal goes through, is Lucid Motors worth it?
Yes. Yes, it's one of the good ones. And I've spent a lot of time on this group. Thank you for this kind comments about 10 years. But I saw the Churchill Capital, and I said, darn it all, I wish I hadn't got that one before, because they're very, very smart people. Yeah, I think you're okay to. I think it's a good situation. I know it's speculative, but I think it's good. I want to go to Celeste.
All right, guys, so there you heard it. That was back on the 13th. He knows it's speculative, but it is worth the risk, man. And either way, even if we don't get Lucid, the Churchill Capital Group with Klein is going to do great, man. And for him to say that on air, he is putting his reputation on the line, man. A lot of people look up to him. So that to me is huge that he is saying it's a go. Now we're going to fast forward to almost the next day on CNBC when he was on there talking with another gentleman, another host, and it is pretty funny what they say. So we're going to get in and cover that, and then we'll touch base back on this.
Let me just get in. Now, in this case, those guys are fairly well thought of, and so there is an expectation that they're going to do a good deal. Speaking of deals, you saw Churchill. We just brought that up. That was the second largest SPAC of all time in terms of what they raised, second only to Ackman's. Look at the move that has made. This is on that Bloomberg story from last week. It said they were reportedly in talks with Lucid. Remember, Lucid is that EV maker out of Saudi Arabia, really, or at least backed by the Saudis, making incredibly expensive cars. I went through them here. Of course, I can't find it, but up to 150,000, if not more, in terms of their cost. They do charge more quickly. Very much unclear, though, at this point whether they're going to reach a deal. That's kind of what I wanted to share here.
It's the hottest stock in the market.
David. Yeah, I mean, Michael Klein, Andrew Liveris involved, the Saudis. He advised both of them in his other role as a longtime banker. So, yes, no doubt there were relationships there. But getting to a deal here where it would be a transaction through which they would use Churchill to go public at Lucid, what I'm hearing is don't necessarily jump to conclusions at this point based on that Bloomberg story from last week. And I'm going to continue to follow that, and we'll see where that stands. Yeah, it's not. No way is it a done deal. No way.
The stock's up huge on that.
Huge, and that's why I mention it. The stock is up enormously, Jim. At
I
this
said
point.
to buy it on Lightning Round last night because I thought that story was spot on and loose.
Well, again, just because you're talking doesn't mean that you're going to get a deal done. By the way, they do have 3 cars coming to market. The Air Grand Touring this summer, $131,000. The Air Touring late 2021, $87,000, and the Air Pure at $69,000, early 2022. Carl. By the way, the Acacia deal's out, Carl. We can tell people 115, as we told them. Cisco renegotiating a transaction that had it buying it originally at 70, but they didn't get that Chinese antitrust approval in a timely manner. Now it costs them 115.
All right, guys, and I wanted to come back to this part here after you hear what this Brian Faber guy says. I was reading the comments on the YouTube video. A lot of people saying that guy is trying to talk it down because he wants the price to come down so he can buy in at a cheaper price. As we know, people in the media will do that. And you look at Jim's face here. Look at my man Jim. His face is like, he's either like, am I regretting what I told my viewers on Lightning Round? Or is he like, this Brian guy is a big joke for saying this. He knows that, it's going to happen. So here's what I take on it. Here's my opinion. If Jim thought he would have gave bad advice on the 13th, he's on this show on the 14th, and today is currently the 20th, almost a week later. Wouldn't you think Jim would have came out on his channel and said, hey, look, guys, I just made a mistake. I shouldn't have told you all to buy. It's just the big rumors and speculation. I don't want you doing anything until it's official. Jim has not came out and said anything. So he must feel strongly that what he said that night, he still believes it, or he would have came out and said, hey, look, don't do it. He hasn't done that, guys. So that makes me feel really good as well. So let's go take a look at the portfolio and let's see what I got. Oh, CCIV. All right, guys, here we are on the Robinhood. That's right, the CCIV. Let's go. Now, guys, this is crazy, man. We are on the biggest hype train there is. As you see, the stock right now is $18.30. Currently, I do have 40 shares at an average cost of $18.03. Now, when all this first originally happened, I did buy some shares and sold them the next day. So I did scalp off like $60 or $70. So that kind of got me around 4 shares or so for free. So that's pretty nice. So I know that I got 36 shares that I purchased, and I probably got 4 shares for free on the scalping that I did. And even currently, I'm up $10, up 1%, but we're not in it for that kind of gains, guys. We are in it for the big money. That's right. I'm hanging on to this. And as I heard a lot of people say, If this doesn't go through, I guess I'm going to be a bag holder. There's a lot of big YouTubers out there that have this, from Stock Mo, Meet Kevin, Jack Spencer's Investing, and the Dumb Money Live guys, man. I know the one guy in there said that he put $300,000 down on this. So I tell you what, if he's willing to risk for $300,000, I'm willing to risk about $1,000 in this and see what happens. As we know, if this plummets down, we're going to get down to $10, so we will lose about $400 or so. But for me, in order to lose that, it is worth the possibility of going to the moon. So I can honestly, guys, in a price target on this, if this becomes official, this is easily hitting $50. And even after $50, I think this will shoot up to like $100 in a matter of no time. I think we'll hit 50. There'll be some sell-off, and it'll just keep bumping around a little bit, and at one point, it'll just break away to 100, man. This is the biggest hype. There's over 50,000 people on Stock Twits following this, man. This one is hyped up, man. People is ready to go, and I just think that your normal stock market mentality is out the window for this one, and this is all on the hype and the momentum, and I can just see this thing going to the moon if it gets announced. So, guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and join the Thumbs Up Nation. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And guys, I will catch you in the next one. And remember to buy the dip, baby. Let's go. Wow.